Anyone can make small changes to their body. It's really not that hard, but I know you're here because you want to make big changes. How did I go from looking like this to looking like this naturally? Today I'm going to explain why 92% of people can never create the change they want and what you should do to create those jaw-dropping results. Okay, I've done countless videos on how to lose body fat, but as backwards as this sounds, I'm telling you, what you do when you're not dieting is more important than what you do when you are dieting. Time off with purpose is the only way you're gonna make huge changes to your physique. Why? For the first year or so, you can do almost anything. You can build muscle, lose fat simultaneously, and everything goes great. But eventually, you're gonna get stuck, and the only way to make bigger progress from there is to take the time to build muscle, put your metabolism back into a better place, and that means sacrificing some short-term gratification for big long-term reward. And where you probably go wrong is the only time you work hard is when fat loss is the goal. If fat loss is the only reason you're gonna work hard, eventually you're gonna stop, you're gonna lose all your progress, and you're gonna start over. And if you really wanna build the muscle necessary to create those jaw-dropping results, you need to be okay with sacrificing some leanness for the bigger goal. So you may view it as going backwards, but it's really not. And even if it was considered backwards, it's like taking 3 steps back to go 100 steps forward. I have so many people who say, I just can't seem to get the muscle definition I want to, but they're on again, off again all the time, never taking any time to really go into a true building phase. You can't have muscle definition if you never take the time to build muscle. And the beautiful thing about all this is when you're in a building phase, everything else gets so much better. You're not gonna be hungry, you're gonna have tons of energy, you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna perform better, you're gonna feel better, mood will be better, you're gonna sleep better, you're gonna have more flexibility in your diet. Building phases are freaking awesome, but the only reason you don't enjoy it is because you're so attached to feeling like you have to be smaller all the time is destroying you. So all this means putting in work when you're not gonna see change. That's one of the toughest things about a building phase is because yes, you're gonna be building muscle, but most of the time you're not really gonna see it because you're also gonna accumulate a little bit of body fat along the way as well. This is normal and to be expected, but you don't see the definition until you cut down the road. And all of a sudden you come back and you're the same weight as before and you go, holy crap, I'm way leaner. But you gotta spend plenty of time with this. Take a year, take 2 years to build. There is always something to diet for. You have to stop dieting for everything that comes up if you wanna create any lasting big changes to your results. Because if you are chronically dieting, not only are you not going to make big changes, but then even small changes are hard to come by because your metabolism is so trashed, your body is fighting you so hard, it's almost impossible. Kind of ranting in this video. I don't do that very often, so hopefully you'll give me some slack on this one because I usually just try to give out good information and all that, but this is something that I struggle with. I just see it all the time, and I feel like nobody takes it seriously. Even when you know your metabolism is trash, you're barely eating anything, you can't lose weight, everything's going poorly, you still want to try a diet. You're putting so much pressure on yourself to try to lose these 10 pounds that nobody else will notice or even care about, and it's making you miserable. This lifestyle should add to your life, not take away from your life. And if it's making your life worse, that means that you're putting way too much pressure on the result. You're tying all your self-worth to things like body image. There's just no way to live a happy life that way. My buddy Paul Ravello with Physique, one of the greatest coaches in the world, if not the greatest coach, he runs these transformation challenges. They can be great. They can be really good for motivation, but one of the drawbacks to this, people want to diet even though they're in no position to do so, and they say, I know you can create big changes in a short period of time because look what they did. That's not comparing apples to apples. When have you ever actually listened to these people, the winners and stuff, when they talk about this, they've been lifting the entire last several years. They've been out of a deficit for probably not months, but even years. If someone's gone 3 years without dieting and has lifted hard that whole time and built loads of muscle, they're in a great spot metabolically. And yeah, they can see great changes in a short period of time. You've been dieting nonstop for the last 3 years. You're maintaining your weight on 1,200 calories, and every time you get frustrated, you just give up and stop lifting. That's not the same thing. You're not going to create those results because you're not in a position to do so. You now need to stop, put yourself back into a position so you can succeed again. This may sound a little harsh. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to shake some sense into you, help you understand that if you want to create the body you say you want, spend plenty of time in a building phase, repair your metabolism, get your hormones back up, build the muscle that you want, then you can come back down the road and take it in phases. I actually got a great video coming out about this in about a week or so. It's gonna be my next video. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. Now, with all that being said, recomp is everywhere right now. It's what everybody seems to want. I get it. It's not necessarily ideal because then you're not really optimizing anything. You're not optimizing fat loss or muscle building. There are some scenarios where it's possible. So if you want to know what those scenarios are and what you should do to create the recomp, then make sure you check out this video next. And I'll be back in a better mood in my next video.